A 1-0 lead for India in their 5-match series against New Zealand means that they have now won 4 matches in a row against the touring Kiwis. Welcome to this preview of the second ODI match between India and New Zealand from the Firoz Shah Kotla in Delhi. And I have Shruti with me. Hi Shruti, how are you doing?
Hey Sunil, I'm doing very well. I want to ask you about the first ODI first. Were you satisfied with how India played in that game?
Most impressed by the Indian bowling, which, as I had said at the start of the first ODI, had a raw look about it. To then have New Zealand on the verge of being bowled out for probably 120 or even lesser at one stage was commendable. They did manage to make 190 because of that sterling effort from Tim Southee down the order, but even he had a life when he was batting on two. But Hardik Pandya bowled with a lot of venom, and I was quite impressed, not just with his pace, but the manner in which he was hooping the ball around, swinging it around. Was surprised to see Jasprit Bumrah bowl so many overs first half, which was probably to do with the number of wickets that New Zealand had lost. And even Umesh Yadav maintained his disciplines, which we do not often see from him. So all in all, a great performance by the Indian bowlers.
So that was their bowling. What about their batting?
The batting did look a tad shaky to begin with, and obviously needed Virat Kohli to stabilize it yet again and take them through to a win. But there are a couple of factors to look at, couple of mitigating factors to look at. One, there has been a lot of red ball cricket for India and barely as much white ball cricket. That one of T20, if memory serves me right, against West Indies. The second one was rained off. That was a lone exception in the middle of a string of 7 Test matches. 4 against the West Indies, 3 here against New Zealand. Secondly, it wasn't the flattest surface on which to bat on. There was something in it for the bowlers from both teams, in fact, and that made it tougher than your typical flat pancake of a pitch that one usually finds in India. My sense is that as we move along the series, the Indian batsmen will get used to the conditions, will get used to the white ball again, and it will become better for India. Moving on to you, Shruti. Smooth sailing for India yet again in the second one day. What do the cards say?
Well, India should appear quite comfortable with the Delhi conditions, except for their bowling in the middle overs. It could turn out to be quite an expensive patch and may lead to some nerves creeping into the Indian team. But what does help them, other than some fabulous risk-taking batting and strong partnerships, is great teamwork, which should be seen through their fielding. Its aggressive nature will help maintain a level of confidence in the bowlers when they go through that rough patch. Now let's move on to New Zealand. Surely you thought they would have put up a better fight and even run India close in that opener.
Yes, I did. Frankly, thought it would be a closer match than what transpired in Dharamshala. And what surprised me even more was the softness of their strokes to get out. Former New Zealand bowler Ian O'Brien, speaking on ESPN Cricket Info, said that the Kiwi batsmen failed to read the pitch. But that's an excuse one can use for probably the top 3 batsmen. But once the rest of the batsmen have seen what's happening at the top of the order, there is always that opportunity for them to change the tack, change the game plan, and adapt according to the situation. But I suppose that is not what Brendan McCullum's school of thinking ever was, and that's the legacy that he has passed on to this New Zealand ODI squad, an attacking batting display right from top to the bottom, and that's how they could be looking to play.
Is there anything different that New Zealand need to do?
Well, they need to do a lot of things differently, and first of all, they need to put up some runs on the board for their bowlers. But I'm not sure that they will change their tactic after just one loss, because this is a brand of cricket they have always played in recent times, and dare I say, they also want to play this brand of cricket. What they might be wary of is what happens if the Delhi pitch affords a little more help for the spinners, something that wasn't the case in the last game. Otherwise, I see them play their strokes with as much gay abandon, although they might well do well to give themselves some time at the crease before they launch into the Indian bowling. My question for you is very simple, Shruti. Will New Zealand compete better in this match, or will we see a repeat of what happened in the first one day?
Well, yes, I'm pretty confident they will compete. Their batting should be much improved and certainly a lot more resilient than the first ODI. Sunil, they have a plan in place and they stick to it, which is why life could be easier.
So you're saying it will be smooth sailing for the Kiwi side?
Well, not when I see their bowling cards. They appear unstable. They're waiting for the Indian batsmen to help them. And that's certainly the wrong way to go about it. They will need to be a lot more proactive if they're to achieve faster results. That's it now. We've both said our piece. But who is your favorite for this game? And no, you cannot avoid answering the question. Won't work today.
I will avoiding the answer this time. India look favorites, but the team batting second could have a bit more advantage this time. One more thing to consider is that India have never lost a one-day in Delhi since 2005, and they have gone on to win 6 one-day international matches in a row here. So that puts them at the pedestal as well. You, Shruti, your call for this game?
Now, being better balanced is important. So it's Taro advantage India for me.
Well, there we go again. India it is for both of us. That also marks the end of this episode of World Cricket Chat. But we'll be back with a preview and prediction of the third One-Day International very soon. Do have a good time till then. And while you're doing that, please do subscribe to our channel and our Twitter handle mentioned in the description below. Ta-ta!